My name is Lily Wolf, and I'm the West Michigan Communities Coordinator for Welcoming Michigan. Welcoming Michigan is a statewide grassroots immigrant integration initiative based at the Michigan Immigrant Rights Center in Kalamazoo. Welcoming Michigan is one of 22 state affiliate programs of Welcoming America, so we're part of a growing national movement, and it's a unique and innovative model for immigrant integration work. Different than efforts in the past, Welcoming Michigan and the welcoming kind of model focuses on actually non-immigrants, so working with who we call receiving community members to create more welcoming and immigrant-friendly communities. The social injustice that we're trying to address is rooted in prejudice and racism. And so these are the forces that ultimately work to separate newcomers from longtime residents in communities where this demographic shift is taking place. We've been working with two different local filmmakers, one from Chadsey Condon and one from Kalamazoo, and we've created two different short documentaries exploring kind of what it means to be welcoming. And through local interviews with residents from all sorts of backgrounds, we've created kind of an educational tool that we're using now in the communities to spark conversation about different people's migration stories and immigration stories and what it means to be welcomed and what it means to be welcoming. We're working in southeast Michigan in Chadsey Condon, which is in southwest Detroit, as well as Sterling Heights and Hamtramck.
Every culture has a sense of community, that they help each other. And since this community is so diverse, as individuals, we can make it one community, different cultures that help each other, regardless where we came from, what language we speak. Sometimes language is not needed to help others.
My name is Steve Tabachman, and I'm the Director of Global Detroit. It's a regional economic development initiative that looks at immigration as an economic growth engine for our region. Welcoming Michigan is one of our initiatives that we've launched in partnership with the Michigan Immigrant Rights Center. Our chapter works in 4 communities across the state: Sterling Heights, Hamtramck, and Chadsey Condon neighborhood of Detroit in the southeastern portion of the state, and in Van Buren County on the west side of the state. And in those communities, local welcoming committees are formed, and long-term residents are engaged to discuss the challenges and the opportunities and just the impacts that new Americans have brought to their communities.
We work in communities where U.S. citizens are struggling with the demographic changes that are going on in their neighborhood, and they have new neighbors from other countries, but they don't always know how to get to know them, how to interact with them. Sometimes they have fears or misconceptions. So we really work to provide the glue to connect those neighbors to neighbors.
They had a lot of resources, fairs, and that they brought a lot of our different cultures in, and we interacted with each other. They brought brochures in different languages, Arabic, Spanish, with the mainly 2 languages that are spoken here in southwest Detroit. And it has helped us feel welcome, that we are part of this community, that we belong in this community, and that we are empowered to do things that everyone else could do.
The focus historically has always been on the immigrant, to say what can the immigrant do to better integrate into society. And we're trying to turn that around to say, what can the community do? The folks that were born in America, grew up in that community, what can they do to reach out and help welcome new immigrants, newcomers in general, but especially immigrants to their neighborhoods?
Most Detroit neighborhoods are challenged by population loss, and with new immigrants, Chadsey Condon and other pockets of the city have become growth areas and actually have improved the quality of life, and seen new businesses come in, and seen houses that have been boarded up, bought by immigrants, fixed up, and stabilizing communities.
We recently did a cleanup on the street, so kind of cleaning up some of the vacant properties, getting rid of the brush and overgrown weeds. And then we painted over some of the nasty graffiti, and instead we had community members paint the words welcome in 3 of the languages that are here: English, Arabic, and Spanish.
And so with the 3 languages, it has really enhanced the community now that other people are catching on, other businesses are beginning to fix up their building as well. So it aligns with our mission in that we're trying to make the community better, not only for elders, but for everyone. And Welcome in Michigan partnered with us to do that.
Everybody caring. It's not only I do the cleanup for me, for my community, but for the others. So now I can go and do that. Before they would say, okay, maybe I only care about what's happening in my community. But after Welcoming Michigan, I've been doing in Welcoming Michigan, people step outside. They were just doing projects for others. Oh, okay, these are people, I can do that something for them. And then next time they're gonna do something for me that help them that to feel that they're part of this new society.
We have come a long way from what we used to be. We are now more, we communicate more with our neighbors. We know who they are, where they come from, what they eat, what church they go to, what schools they bring their children to. So it's being more open and more interactive with our neighbors.
On the southwest side of the state, we're working in Van Buren County.
Stayed here at the age of 7, never went back to my Texas heaven. Didn't know why we had to stay, why we had to work and play in Michigan.
I think that in this area at least, it's the growth of this immigrant population has kind of grown slowly over quite a bit of time. So there's kind of been a slow becoming part of the community and people being used to seeing diverse faces and around.
Because of COVID's history, it's part of why so many people love it and so many people come here. We've never been segregated. All the children always went to school here, black and white, always went together. Everybody you meet is a friend and you just help everybody.
Yo sufrí mucho, entonces yo pensé, ahora que yo puedo ayudar a mi gente, yo los puedo ayudar, ¿por qué no ayudarlos? No era difícil para mí ayudarlos, porque yo podía ayudarlos. Yo les decía, se pueden quedar aquí en mi casa, hay cuartos arriba, hay camas, ese cuarto también está desocupado, quédense aquí. Y me decían, ¿no tienes miedo, mami, que no conoces la gente?
These are people we didn't know. I mean, right there and then sometimes there were people that we didn't know that would come every summer. They would sleep out in their cars, they would use our bathroom facilities, they would sleep in the garage, and that was, it was really, we just couldn't understand it as teenagers back then. But gosh, what a welcoming.
In Michigan,
We are reaching out to local leaders and residents from the communities where we're working to collaborate with them and think about ways in which we can create opportunities for non-immigrants and immigrants to come together to get to know one another, to share stories, and to work together in maybe a new way that they haven't explored in the past. So, for example, we've had several elderly African-American ladies come to a Mexican cooking class and really share in their evaluations that they felt enriched by coming together and meeting and getting to know people from their own community from different backgrounds, but with some similar experiences. We're seeing leaders really work and reach across boundaries and across sectors. The Arab American community and the Chaldean community are coming together to collaborate with Welcoming Michigan. And we feel that we'll know that we've achieved our goal when communities can proudly identify as welcoming and when all communities are working together for a more prosperous future together.